Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to a day later. Oh, we lost Jan. So hopefully he comes back on. I think he hit the wrong button. Hey, everyone, it's Jeanette Morton. Oh, there he is coming back in. Oh, that was fun. That was fun. Hello, Jan. You're off. Oh, that was fun. That's okay.
Yes.
Technology, eh? It's real life. It's real
Yes,
life.
technical difficulties sometimes happen. Hello, everyone.
Hello. So we're a day later today on the fast facts and features here on the ethical flooring page. And we've got Jan back, the store manager. And last week, first of all, I just want to say you're set up there, Jan. You look like you're in a hardwood spaceship, ready to take off to help customers. I'm just saying. That black on this side, the samples on this side, it looks like you're like ready to like take off and
Yes,
help
I am.
people to the far, far galaxies of the world. Last week, Kevin briefly walked by a display that he said it was one of the most underutilized and understood products that you guys carry. And what is that product? And let's chat about that, because I know you've got some exciting stuff to share.
Sure, yeah. So I strongly believe it's a Cork Flooring.
Mm-hmm.
Cork Flooring, let's say it's a niche, in the industry, but as you said, very underestimated and understood. I think maybe from the past types installations and the products themselves. Nowadays, they're just completely different, and there's just a lot of different new ways and actually colors and different just a lot of different options. So nowadays, the cork doesn't have to look like a cork.
Mm-hmm.
Which most people will be like, what?
Mm-hmm.
It can actually look like wood, and there's several techniques how to do it. So I'll just show you very quickly.
Okay, so tell us the biggest feature about using cork in your home. I know when I was a project manager prior to what you're going to show me, one of the big features that I loved, and I put it in a couple of apartment buildings in Vancouver, is obviously the sound. It's a lot warmer, the sound absorption, because it's got the cork on the bottom and the cork on the top. And I only sold the cork that looked like cork. And also the rebound, that if somebody drops something, it kind of would dent, but it would rebound back. Or if you put it in a kitchen, a knife fell, you could pull the knife out and it kind of self-healed itself.
Yeah, exactly. So aside from definitely big sound dampening features, because as you said, basically nowadays most corks come as a click system, similar to laminate. They actually have a way denser core, so they're a little bit more water resistant than laminates because they're actually properly done. It's a more higher quality, let's say HDF core. But yeah, they're very, sound dampening because of that, the cork itself on the top, on the bottom. Also, some people on some stratas, we also add additional underlay underneath. So that's even more, that's as great as it can get, right? It's basically soundproof, bulletproof for anyone downstairs.
Right.
And yeah, the one of the bigger feature that it has a bouncing effect. So if you have some knife, or some sort of object falling on the ground, if you have hard wood, you would think, well, it's hard, it's gonna withstand more, but actually the other way, it can actually dent it easier. Versus cork, it has kind of some car people can imagine a suspension of a car, right? It just kind of absorbs, some of the dents. Obviously, it depends how heavy it is, how sharp it is, and all of that. But cork has that feature.
And you mentioned water resistance, and I think we're talking about Torley's today, that we've got a new feature for a new line that's come into your showroom. So take it away. I'm excited to learn this new feature.
Yeah, we've been waiting for a long time. We've been bugging the representative of Torley's for a long time. We don't have a full display yet, but we already have a swinger set where we can show clients the colors, how it looks. And yeah, will be a new feature from Tolly's. In the past, let's say I would call it water resistant.
Mhm.
Now it will basically be almost waterproof.
Wow.
So that's a big thing. Not that it was a problem in the past, but
Mhm.
having the peace of mind that if I have a small leak of a fridge and I come from work after 8 hours and nothing happened to my floor, that's a big thing to me.
That is. Absolutely. So let's get into some colors because I'm a fashion girl.
Yeah, so let's show first the cork looks like a cork. So hopefully it will be nicely seen. So
Yep.
this is obviously the spec sheet, but then we get into the colors. This is your regular natural looking cork. And then you can get into actually more. It's a little bit awkward here for me to hold it.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you. But yeah, it can look basically as, sort of a concrete kind of looking cork, dark light and all of that.
Right. Pretty traditional. I would say maybe if somebody was doing, I believe I've put it in like a wine room. If somebody's doing like a bar, tasting room, wine room, having that cork on the floors, kind of mirroring what the experience is supposed to be happening in the room.
Absolutely. Now, definitely these two colors are always will be, big sellers.
Right.
Because they're more kind of like a concrete, and they actually will not look as traditional as you said as the natural.
Right.
The natural, that's kind of the classic, looking one, but the gray ones are definitely way more modern. Now, if some people want to the cork features, but they also don't want it to look like a cork, they want to look like hardwood, then there's the other collection called
This
cork.
just blows my mind, by the way. It
I
just
know.
blows my mind.
So this is called Cork Wood, and basically what it is the manufacturer will basically paint a stain, the wood grain on top of the cork. Now
That's
this is a
beautiful.
bit heavier finger set, so I'm hoping to somehow open it up, show more colors. Let me see like this.
Oh, and their colors, yeah, look like they're right on trend with the West Coast. We love our gray. You know what I used to say when in condominiums, because there's so many condominiums, and this is such a perfect product for that, is we have our gray days in Vancouver and our condominiums are kind of small. And when your kind of color of your floor matches the color that's outside, it makes your condominium feel a little bit bigger and much more space. Look at that. Jan, how wide are those boards and what's the length of the boards?
So there's a few different collections.
Okay.
The highest one is called Designer. These are almost 6 feet long, which is also
Wow.
very, very, interesting because most corks in the past came in, let's say, 3 feet length, 4 feet length. These are almost 6 feet length. Obviously, they have to use a little bit more higher quality veneers. Width 7.5 inch, so that's basically like the hardwood standard nowadays. 6 feet long, 7.5 inch wide. Thickness is around 1/2 inch, and yeah, basically waterproof, then resistant, very warm and quiet. And one of the bigger things also has a lot of certifications, microban, so that's antimicrobial. FSC basically comes from well-managed forests. All cork is harvested in Portugal. It's made in Europe. So you've got basically, cover, and all, of course, non-toxic. So the manufacturer doesn't add any toxic adhesives.
So that means when they have to cut a small piece to fit in, nothing's going to be off-gassing or dust into the air that's going to cause anybody to get sick.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's
the big
really
thing,
amazing.
The thing is formaldehyde in any hardwood or cork, and anything what's in our store ethical flooring does not contain any added formaldehyde. There's a little bit of natural occurring formaldehyde, but it's also what our bodies actually produce. So there's nothing to fear of.
So question for you, does this install quicker? Well, we all know you still got to make sure that subfloor is nice and beautiful and prepped to the manufacturer's standard. Does this install quicker?
Quicker than, let's say, tongue and groove hardwood, yes.
Okay.
It would install very similarly to laminate floors. So
Mhm.
that's basically the same type of installation. Now, you know, every product has a little bit different click system, but for the most part, it is quicker. So even the labor, let's say, a little bit cheaper. And yeah, obviously, you know, if you have a long planks and wide planks, you don't have to do a million of the tiny ones. So
Right.
it's faster too.
And last question, name a couple of places where you think this would be the perfect floor for someone to use.
Mm-hmm. I would definitely like to see that. Let's say you have I mean, kitchens, obviously kitchen,
Okay.
you know, people love it there. Specifically, we have several contractors who do their own house with Cork. We actually install even throughout the whole houses, just 2,000 square feet, full house of Cork.
Beautiful.
But also basements. Basements tend to be very cold. So if you don't want a carpet, which is the most warm type of flooring with the underlay, then Cork is right behind because the insulation the Cork can provide.
Last question. What about if I had a rental suite? Is this an okay floor that would work for multiple tenants being able to live on in easy care for a tenant?
I would believe so, especially with the higher end product as from Torleys, because they even have a 15-year commercial warranties.
Wow.
So you can basically put these products into commercial spaces. So I definitely believe so. Now, obviously, if the tenants are not careful, they can destroy any type of flooring.
Correct. So thank you so much, Jan. I'm really excited about this product because we all know the underdogs of the world are the ones that are doing the hardest work out there. And it sounds like this floor has got lots of places that it can go, great features, and you presented the facts very eloquently today. So thank you so much for joining me today. Stay tuned next Wednesday. We're back to Wednesday at 2 p.m. where another edition of Fast Facts and Features with me, the brand ambassador for ethical flooring. Have a great day and weekend, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.